Morning everyone. So we stayed in Kinsale. We came for the afternoon yesterday. We love the place, would really recommend it. We stayed in this little B&B. It's only very small, just on the outskirts. Oh, there's Tony. We're getting ready to pack up. So yeah, we went to do the ghost tour last night, which we totally enjoyed. Had some great Irish pubs. So this morning the weather's out. The sun is trying to get through the clouds. You can see up there, look, a bit of blue sky. So we're heading to the, was it Old Head of Kinsale? Yep. That's where we're going. Picking up the Wild Atlantic Way, that's what we came for. So we're doing the Old Head of Kinsale. We're then heading over to Mizen Head, mainly using the Wild Atlantic Way routes. And then from there, we're heading round to the next peninsula. It's just a very small one, which is called Sheep's Head. So I think that's a much quiet area. But we love the roads in Ireland. The Wicklow Mountains were brilliant, but the Wild Atlantic Way is what we came to do. So have a good day, everyone, and safe Friday.
So bye-bye Kinsale B&B. And I think good riddance, isn't it, as well as bye-bye?
No comment. If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah. If you pays your money, you takes your chance, I suppose. And if you're looking for somewhere cheap, yeah, you expect cheap, I suppose. I'll just pull in here, can't I?
Yeah, just put here.
Nice. So we're going to get our Wild Atlantic Way passport stamped. Right, are we ready?
Yeah. Nothing coming.
So a quick stop at the Tourist Information Centre to get our Wild Atlantic Way passport stamped. How many did you get stamped, by the way?
10.
Oh,
All the ones that are on this route to Mizen Head.
Right, lovely. Nice big boat there, isn't there? That one at the end.
That's where we had a drink here, wasn't it, last time?
Yeah, the yacht club.
The yachting club.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little place here on the right.
Oh, that's smart, isn't it?
Nice accommodation. Wild Atlantic Way sign. Follow the Wild Atlantic Way sign.
Yeah, we should be able to. Should be plenty of these. These are quite good, aren't they, normally?
Over the bridge. We follow the Wild Atlantic Way to Old Head.
Yeah, Old Head of Kinsale.
The Old Head of Kinsale. Well, this camper van's on a go slow, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on his holidays.
Oh, I can't do the next 10 kilometres in second gear. To the left. He's gone past, hasn't he?
Oh, thank God for that.
Nice little harbour.
Yeah.
Straight ahead.
So it's left if we're going to the coastal route, which we are doing that bit, aren't we?
Yeah, when we come out, we turn left there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's bouncy. It's bouncy on the back here.
Discovery Point, Bald Head Signal Tower. So it's not actually a lighthouse, is it then?
There's our first sign.
Yeah. Oh, bit of
Oh.
off-roading. Bit of off-roading.
There's the cafe. Old Head of Kinsale.
And a picture of the Titanic.
Yeah.
We made it to the Old Head of Kinsale. Yeah, this is the... This way. There's the Wild Antigua signpost. We've been a couple of times now. First time it was pouring down. Today, looks like we're going to be fine. In fact, there's a blue sky up there. Alright, well, we've got our photos. We've got quite a few miles to do today. We'll head down to Mizzen Head via some place starting with a B. Can you remember it?
I can.
Nah. It's supposed to be very nice anyway.
The Speckled Door? That's a strange name for a pub, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is the surfing place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And all caravans.
Yeah, it's strange, that isn't it? There'll be surfers. Because this is when I got the stamp done, I think there's a Wild Atlantic Way sign around here, and it was a guy with a surfboard.
There's not much of a surf though, is there? I know there's lifeguards there, but there's no surf.
Maybe it's just today.
Yeah. So we're starting the Wild Atlantic Way route. Bit of a bumpy road, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be like this all the way along on the coastal route.
Yeah, so the first time we did this part of the Wild Atlantic Way, which was quite a while ago, it was really bad, wasn't it? The lanes were crashed in the middle, very
Yeah.
overgrown, and it wasn't particularly enjoyable, was it?
It was very long, wasn't it? Because obviously the roads, you know, you can't go particularly fast.
No. It's a junction.
It says go left.
Yeah. So it's also called the West Coast Coastal Route, did we say?
Yeah.
Must have been before it was named the Wild Atlantic Way.
Maybe. Oh, that's a strong smell.
Oh, yeah. It is the sea I can smell, isn't it? Oh!
Whoa!
Jeez. It's like being in India!
Not as bad as not as bad as getting on that ferry yesterday that drove off as we went onto the slip board to get onto it. That was so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Ah, what a dinky little bridge. You're going over this one.
Bridge. Yeah. West Cork Coastal Route. The next big place is Clonakilty in 20 kilometres.
Yay!
Road's a lot better than I remember.
I think we should follow the Wild Atlantic Way route until we
Yeah.
have a coffee, and then we know exactly where we're going then.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice castle, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Time of age.
It's a little bit like what do you call it? An abbey. An abbey and a
yeah.
castle.
Yeah. Want to stop there? We like our castles. That's to this side. So it was a nice bit of the West Cork coastal route, which was part of the Wild Atlantic Way. We joined the main road, N71, towards Clonakilty. Nice hotel.
The Kingfisher Bar. Yeah, very nice. Looks like it's a very popular place.
Yeah, besides the car park. Sunday car park. Right, we're going to turn up or stay on this road, make up for more time.
We'll stay on this road, make a bit of time, okay?
Yeah. Looks like a nice little harbour that one, doesn't it?
Yeah, nice place for the kids to swim.
Nice big yachts and boats in there as well. It's a lovely harbour that. See, there's another little cafe there. Quick coffee.
Yeah, we need to stop. Been sat on here for too long now.
Where should we park?
There's a coffee shop there, look.
It was parked down here on the end of here.
Yeah.
It was a nice little stopover anyway, wasn't it, in the cafe?
Yeah, it was nice, yeah. Nice colourful town.
Oh, Hill Assist. That Hill Assist is really good, isn't it? I like it.
Oh,
Shouldn't
it's
really need it,
brilliant.
but it just simple. Oh. Not even a thank you. Yeah, it's a windy one.
It is.
Oh no, here's a little sign, look.
Yeah, but it's a viewpoint. Oh, Mizzen Head
Yeah.
Scenic Route. Mizzen
Oh.
Head Scenic Route.
Should we go the scenic route?
Well, we've got enough time, haven't we?
Yeah.
We haven't done any scenic route really
No.
today.
So we're going to totally ignore the sat nav and do the nice scenic route. So Misned, it's only 11 kilometres anyway.
Yeah.
This is a lovely little cove. This is where we came last time.
Ah, look at the seals. I can see the seals over
Oh, the
there.
island, yeah.
There's loads of them. No, not on that, they're on that little island.
Yeah. Good spot that.
Wow, look at that. This is the beach I think you're
This
on
is
about.
the beach, yeah. This
Yeah.
is the beach we came to first because it's massive,
Yeah.
isn't it? You can look
Yeah.
at the colour of the water.
Yeah, and it has boardwalks going
Yeah.
across the sand where people walk across it.
Yeah. So there's a car park down here with the Wild Atlantic Way sign on it, and that boardwalk goes over
Yeah.
to the beach.
Yeah, there's the boardwalk, yeah. It's absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Why do I want to duck?
I've ducked. All right, ducky. Right, turn in there and you can pull right in front of the sign.
Bunny Cove floating walkway to an amazing cold beach. So this is the floating walkway. It's very bouncy. And what you spotted? Loads of little sand eels.
I would say so.
And look how deep it is as well.
That is a fast road.
Yeah.
Seaweed is going past them.
Yeah. Tide must be coming in. Look how deep it is. Oh, yeah, we're definitely floating. Definitely floating. And onto the beach.
Well, we've been past Ballycove a couple of times now, haven't we?
Yeah. Enjoyed both times. Actually, both times has been nice weather.
Yeah, we've been very lucky, yeah. But we've never stopped and walked the boardwalk, have we?
No, we stopped the other side last time.
Yeah. Which is a bit of faff on, getting all your gear off, you know,
Yeah.
strapping your helmets up. But you know what? It was worth it. I enjoyed it.
I think so as well, yeah. Right, away we go. Next stop, Mizzen Head. So Mizzenhead is the southernmost part of Ireland, of the mainland. That's right, isn't it?
Yep, straight across the Wild Atlantic Way, you will come to America. You can't see it in the distance
No.
because it's probably around about 2,654 miles.
Where'd you get that number from?
I just made it up.
Oh, it was
This is
impressive
where
anyway.
we are. We're at Mizzenhead.
Right, we'll have to get down towards the
Where
Wild
there's some
Atlantic Way sign.
Yeah, I'm picking it. There it is. I can see it in front.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's no motorcycle parking.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Tell you what we'll do, we'll have a photo of it.
Well, yeah, because it's a drop-off point.